So first, we're going to be talking about fiduciary duty. And a lot of times, fiduciary duty is something that is very foreign to volunteer-based organizations or other organizations. They really don't understand fiduciary duty. So when it comes to nonprofit boards, a fiduciary duty requires board members to stay objective, unselfish, responsible, honest, trustworthy, and efficient. And of course, everybody thinks that that's what they are. Everybody thinks that they're objective, they're unselfish. But a lot of times in these organizations, this is exactly what happens. And so the reminder that really your responsibility to the organization is more than just about you and power trips and all of those kinds of things. This is what we have to always come back to, is the fiduciary duty. So we're going to talk about various different levels of fiduciary duties, not levels, types of fiduciary duties. The first is duty of care. The duty of care for a nonprofit organization refers to the legal and ethical obligation of board members and their leaders to exercise reasonable care and diligence in carrying out their responsibilities and making decisions on behalf of the organization. This is pretty easy duty to follow. Really, with this duty, it really has to do with that you're doing what you're supposed to do as a board member. You're coming to meetings, you're looking at the financials, you understand what's going on, you're asking questions. It's really a low bar when it comes to understanding what you have to do with as a board member to have your duty of care. So you just got to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. This has to do with the business judgment rule, which a lot of us, especially in transactional that work with businesses and nonprofits, understand the business judgment rule, which is basically that you are doing things with a business judgment mind. A reasonable person would think that this is okay. It could include getting information from professional individuals like attorneys and CPAs or other professionals that have advised you. You kind of done your due diligence in that realm, so that you've relied upon something that would give you to make this judgment, reasonable judgment with regard to whatever act that you're doing. Again, it's a pretty low bar, especially in nonprofit organizations, because the expectation isn't that these people are very knowledgeable in specific areas, but that you've done your homework, you've attended the meetings, you've stayed involved, you understand the financial management of the organizations, you've provided supervision of the services, making sure that things are properly managed, you're not misappropriating funds, you don't have any conflict of interest. These are the things that really go into duty of care. So it's easy to meet if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.